Wow, very pretty. So we're just gonna walk the road for a little bit, and then I may grab my mountain bike. This way Marty can get a little exercise. So, walk and talk in British Columbia. Now I'm going to talk about, and this is just my, do I need to do a disclaimer? This is my opinion. My opinion. All my vlogs when I talk are my opinion. Disclaimer, is my opinion right? No, or opinions are just that, they're opinions. Everybody has one. And I'm going to share it. Okay, now don't die when I talk about this. Some people may be laughing, but what it takes to make your husband happy. What does it take to make your husband happy? What's the secret of making your husband happy? Well, even though I'm divorced, my ex-husband, and I know this for a fact, will agree that he was indeed treated like a king. In fact, yes, I was a good wife, and I did serve him well. And this is the thing that I'm going to just kind of throw out there. And again, it's my opinion. I think it's important for women in a marriage to keep their man happy, to serve him. And I'm not saying submit and serve like a slave. I believe in mutuality, reciprocity. Those things are foundational in a marriage, with or without faith. Because if you don't have a partnership where you can treat each other with respect and love, and you can have empathy for each other, and it's a give and take, well, we know the outcome of those relationships becomes really lopsided, and it can border after a while on abuse. There's men and women out there who they don't know how to have relationships, and it's unfortunate because they take something that's really beautiful and that is a union, and they can destroy it because of their selfishness, because of their destructive behaviors, and things are lopsided. So I think it's really important to serve your man, and vice versa, but in the unique way that we are created, us women. We're unique. I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. It's great that I can cut wood and hunt and skin a deer and keep up with a man on a mountain bike. It's great that I can do all that stuff, right? But I'm not a man. And I have attributes I think that are beautiful, that I want to bestow upon my husband. Well, I don't have one right now, but, I did at one time. And I think women should embrace that. In order to help your marriage, no matter who you're with, I think this is a character attribute that we should all try to achieve. Now, there may be some women out there who are feminists that said, that's old-fashioned. We fought the good fight. Now you're bringing us back. No, I don't think I'm bringing us back. What I'm saying is, I think women have unique attributes that they can bring to a marriage that will help that covenant. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing to serve your husband that you love. And when I say serve, again, it's not a bondage term. It's an enduring term, one of love and giving. We serve our children. Are we enslaved to our children? No, we serve them as parents. And that's a beautiful thing. That's how we are created. And it's the same thing in the union of a marriage. So as a woman, things like keeping a house in order. Really, I think it's important. I think women are really good at that. A lot of us women, we have a unique gift of keeping the house with that feminine touch, that giving it that homey touch, that warm touch, that inviting touch. We're nurturers, and that's what we do. And it starts in our home. And I think one way that we can serve our husbands and our family is to create that home environment. That environment that invites people, that says this is a peaceful, loving home. And I really do think that women are at the heart of that. And no matter how that looks, if that looks like you in the kitchen baking or canning, having your children join in, decorating in your own unique way, keeping things clean and orderly. I really think that is something that a man would really appreciate. Now I know women work. I worked. But I will say, the other thing that I think us women can do is really learn how to respect our husbands. We get into these ruts where we've been with our husbands for a long time. And I've seen couples out in public, and there's no mutual respect when they talk to each other anymore. They've lost it. I listened to one older couple, and the man was just abusive. The way he was talking to his wife, and he was treating her like she was stupid. And a man, remember, your woman, your wife, should be respected and loved and cherished. And maybe you have forgotten that. But women, we have to do the same thing too. Are we getting short with our husbands? Are we having a honey to-do list and it's becoming an irritating honey to-do list? Right? I mean, it's good that our husbands work, but are we becoming naggers? You don't want to be a nagger. I know for me, part of my problem is I never nagged. I never had a honey to-do list. And when I would mention something, unfortunately my ex would get irritated. He had it pretty good. I'd say, when you're going to finish the fireplace, the chimney. Ooh, that was the wrong thing to say. But if you do it in a loving way and you don't keep hounding them, you hope that they will step up to the plate. But try not to go down that road where you have lost that respect and now you're just, nagging the guy. The other thing I would say is try to be the best that you can be. Try not to go down that road where you have lost that respect and now you're just, nagging the guy. The other thing I would say is try to be the best that you can be. And when I say that as women, we need to, for our husbands and obviously for ourselves, we need to take care of ourselves. We are in a relationship with someone, and it's not just about us anymore. To become one flesh, do you remember that? We really do become one flesh. And our husbands as well as us wives need to take care of ourselves physically. And I'm not saying adorning ourselves with, a lot of women kind of, they do the Botox and they get some women choose to enhance themselves. And that's, I have no opinion one way or another, but I will say I think women are beautiful without all that. But regardless of what road you choose, we do belong to our husbands physically, and they belong to us. And I think us women, I think it really is important that we take care of ourselves for our spouses. And, I'm not saying whatever that looks like for you. I mean, I think some women, we have this idea, this societal idea that we have to look a certain way, be a certain weight. We all need to be thin. We all need to, whatever that fallacy is. Don't play into that. What I'm saying is, be the best that you can be with what you have. That's important. And finally, bring love back into your relationship. That intimacy. We know that men, they have their needs. And us women sometimes are a little bit different when it comes to that. But it really is important that we continue to hold on to that intimacy, because that's what helps bind us. I'm talking about healthy relationships that have stalled out a little bit. Think back to when you first met your husband and the sparks were flying. Maybe it was 20, 30 years ago. Maybe it was just 5 years ago. Really, make a candlelight dinner. Fill up the bathtub with some bubbles and some candles. It's really important that you regain that intimacy that you lost, because that really is what binds couples together. And it's a beautiful thing, especially in a healthy relationship. So that is kind of my advice when it comes to pleasing your man.